DC here. Hi guys. Well, I've just finished watching Adrian, that's BlueflamingoVlogs vid. He put it out yesterday. It was on gays and bullies. Now, I thought I really wanted to make a response. I've been thinking about it ever since the 11th of September. I saw a few vids on this. It was 11th September is was National Coming Out Day, I believe it was called in the States. Now, I found a few of those vids really interesting. Country Comes to Town, for example, had one fantastic vid. I put it in my favorites. Now, why do I want to bring that on now and talk about it? Well, it's one of these situations where you think life can evolve, and then you think about it and you think, yeah, there are things that do evolve in time. I'm 53. When I was a young boy in my hometown, I guess we'd probably have to call it a redneck town, I don't know. Maybe most towns were redneck towns. Gays, question of jokes. They were probably dirty old men that we didn't know about, that you knew that if you went to the big city you might meet some. Or they were those single guys that lived alone, or maybe lived with their mother. And of course, very often they could have been as well the town priest. Now, there wasn't any way around that. Gays weren't liked. Actually, we didn't know the word gay then. We had other words, which I'm not going to mention here. Gay was used for something else. You know, change of vocabulary. Now, when I got into university, I was in my early 20s. Well, you know something? I didn't know any either. When I moved to Europe, well, I didn't know any either. Yeah, maybe you would see somebody and say maybe he is or he isn't. Better move on, otherwise I'll end up with a 15-minute vid. The thing is that since I'm in Switzerland, I've had the chance to meet quite a few people who were gay, but it's more complicated than that. You see, I also come from a background where very religious myself. I'm a Bible-believing Christian. But what does Bible-believing mean? Does that mean take everything that you read, every interpretation that someone tells you is true, and, put it down your throat? No. Bible believing in many ways means using your intelligence, using your brain. That's how I have learned and was also taught to believe in the Bible. Now, what do I think about gays? I've always been extremely tolerant. Should I use that word? Accepting person. For many years, I studied actually about how one could accept gay people within the church. The United States has different churches which are very tolerant. Some are very intolerant, but some are very accepting and loving towards gays. I won't give the names because I can't quite remember it now. But I studied about that and a lot. The first time I met a gay person was at work. He was actually a right-wing politician. Funny thing, actually, right-wing. But you see, that was the thing that started making me realize gay people are like everybody in that respect. There's left-wing and right-wing. Okay, let's go on further. My eyes started open. I was realizing, have I been studying all this in vacuo? or now is it something that I can bring? I had great chats with this person, and it went both ways. How do you respect the person? How do you, being straight, look at the person? I mean, he showed me his, I can't call it his wedding pictures because we didn't have gay weddings then, but his honeymoon, if you want to call it that way, pictures. I remember how I reacted the first time. I was surprised to see that feeling. That's feeling between the two people. Then, a few years after that, somebody very, very close to me told me that he was gay. Was I affected? Yeah. I felt that all my theories of being respectful, of, open arms and everything, it kind of fell away. I felt that I've been a hypocrite. That I had like this veneer, that when it's alright when it's hitting somebody else, but if it hits you, that's how I felt. I struggled with that for quite a long time. I struggled with that because I realized that the hypocrite was myself. The person that maybe was indirectly in the closet was myself. Because I was the one who was probably showing off as somebody else. And I had to realize that when it hit me and wrenched my guts out, that maybe I was the one that needed to change, to come somehow out of that closet, which was my own prejudices. In the meantime, I can say that I know a lot of people who are gay. My life has been enriched a lot. Do I always approve of what goes on in, should I call it, gay society? No, I don't. But I don't approve of everything that goes on in straight society either. So you see, it kind of balances out. Once again, I'm trying to learn, and I'm always trying to learn. If I've got something in my eye, it's probably bigger than what you have in your eye. So maybe I should look what's in my eye first. I'm practicing what I believe. I try to practice what I believe. What does this all mean? Is that I've had to make on some things changes in the way I see myself, the way I see others. Like I say, it's always easy when it's somebody else that's affected. When you get to be affected, and you realize if your religion is real. When I started on YouTube and realized that a lot of my YouTube friends, or a few were gay, did I feel that it made a difference? No, it didn't actually, not at all. It's funny though, the way things go over years. Is it a mellowing? Some people have told me that, oh well, you're older, the hormone balance is changing, so it's kind of normal that you react this way. I don't think that is it at all, actually. I do think there is one thing, is that very often we are afraid to look into ourselves. For example, all of us have a certain feminine side and a certain masculine side. Does that make that we are closet gays? No, whatsoever. No. Does it make actually that, gay people are just weird? No, not at all. No. But the thing is that once again, I think that we get down to the core of what I've talked in many vids. Respect. Respect and love. I would not respect a person who is not honest with him or herself. I find that is too bad. I mean, I'm being very harsh here, But I think that you have to, I really would have to rephrase that actually. That I would not respect, I'd have problems respecting a person who is a hypocrite and shows two faces. Let's put it that way. And some people show more than two faces. Okay, I can see some of you coming and saying, okay, well, you're forced to sometimes be in the closet and show two faces. That's not the two faces I'm talking about. I'm talking about people who don't act the way they think and so on. This vid is becoming very hard for me because, it's making me go into myself once again and realize that I myself was a hypocrite. I myself was a hypocrite. It takes a certain amount of courage and a certain amount of, I would say, introspection to realize that you always have to learn how to love people. You don't always love people as you should. I can only say you have to work on it. You do have to work on it. Nothing is always easy. Nothing's easy. And if something like, I would say, somebody close to you comes and tells you they're gay, take a big breath, a deep one, because that person showed a lot of courage. And try and live up to what they're doing, to what they're saying, and the courage that they showed. I have not seen how many minutes I've been talking. It's probably a long time. So, to all of my friends out there in YouTube, I'll be specific for you now. To those of you who have come out, I hope that life is being good with you. I know that your life is not always going to be easy, and yeah, I can empathize. For those of you who are thinking, wondering if you are or are not gay, I would say don't feel forced by any lobby, be it the straight lobby or the gay lobby, to go one way or another. This is something that's in your heart. This is something that you need to figure out yourself. If you feel that it's something that's going against your religious beliefs, there are people that you can talk with. It does not mean that you have to deny yourself. And that's the whole thing. Be very, very careful, whoever you are, to realize that there is one person who knows about yourself on this earth, and that's you. And you've got to find out. You can help. You can have help from your friends. But at the end, the one who chooses is you. And at the risk of shocking some of you, I would say that, yeah, there still is place for every type of person on this earth, as long as we accept each other. I'll continue to pray for myself, for my friends, my gay friends as well, that they will know a love that is bigger than just a normal physical love, that they'll know a love of themselves and a love from above. So this will be DC signing off on this certainly extremely long vid. Take care. Have a nice day.